Congratulations. This is your second film.
Yes, it is.
And you're at the film festival. So what is that like for you? Is it a whirlwind?
It's really exciting. It's always a real honor to bring a movie here. It's a great venue to launch a film. So we're all pretty thrilled to be here. It's very exciting.
I mean, when I screened this film, I know everyone was laughing in the theater.
Oh,
and
cool.
I knew it was going to be a comedy. I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was. So it was I was pleasantly
you thought
surprised.
It was going to be one of those comedies.
Well, it was quirky. So where did this idea come from?
Yeah, it kind of emerged from the blender of my brain, where I always really liked high school movies, and I always really liked Leon Trotsky for no apparent reason. He really captured my imagination when I was a teenager. I started learning about him, and I found him very, very interesting, very cool figure. And then somehow in the food processor emerged this idea.
Well, yes, must be some brain of yours in there. But this has been a long time for you that you've written this, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And so when it finally came time for you to actually, finish this script, and you're looking at the final product, did you ever think, I wrote this when I was young, or did you have any
Yeah, I definitely did. I mean, it changed, it didn't change enormously, but it kind of evolved throughout the course of the years, and there were years when I didn't work on it, obviously, and then I would kind of go back to it. But I tried to be faithful to the initial impulse of this movie, which was to make this kid a hero.
Right.
And really give him, and so, it took me years, over the years I became, I think, a better writer and all kinds of other things, but it was very important to me to keep that impulse alive, which is that this kid should get exactly what he wants.
And holding on to this for so long, what's it like now?
It was my baby. It's very weird.
You kind of raised this baby, and then now you have to let it go in the world.
I know, it's like I homeschooled it, and now I just sent it into high school, and I'm like, good luck, you're going to get picked on, because you're weird. I just, you always hope for the best, right? Just hope people get a kick out of it, and want to tell their friends they like it enough that they go see it when it comes out in theaters.
So is it true that you actually wrote this with yourself in mind, that you were gonna?
No, that's just a myth. I didn't used to write with anybody in mind when I first started writing. Yeah. I just wrote. Now I write with people in mind, because now I try to get movies financed before I actually put a pen to paper. But back then I was 20 years old, and I just was writing. So I think I wrote him a lot with my own voice, but I think that's just because I wasn't a great writer at the time, and so I used my own voice to express myself.
So how did you think about Jay?
So how did he come into this? He came into it, I mean, I've known Jay a long time, and he was, once he occurred to me, I don't remember quite how it happened, but it was pretty early on in the process of when I knew I was actually going to get the movie made. Because I stopped trying to imaginary cast it at a certain point, because 5 years can make a big difference. An actor that's right at one age for something is not right 5 years later for it. Once it occurred to me that it could be or should be Jay, I was like, you've got to make that work. It became very clear to me that I needed him to do it.
Well, he's perfect for the part.
It was him or bust, exactly.
Yeah, he's absolutely perfect for the part. So congratulations
on getting him. Our first costume
him.
when I walked in and saw him with those glasses on and that hair, and I was like, oh my God, this is uncanny. Just uncanny.
What's he like to work with?
It was amazing. He's really a treat to work with, because he's such a good guy, and he's a real pro. We're both kid actors, so we both have been doing this a long time, and he's a real professional, and he's incredibly inspiring to have on set. He's really inventive. He's very funny, and he's restlessly intelligent. It was a real pleasure. And
because you were a child actor, you just mentioned as well, and now flipping onto the director side of things and kind of playing two sides, and how it works. I mean, how did you approach that with this project and working with Jay and the other cast members? Did you just let them go with it, or what's your process like?
My process, I'm pretty chill. Like, I think a lot of directing actors is casting them. You try to hire people who you think are going to bring naturally to the table what you want from that part. I think your job is kind of just guide them around, and if they get a little lost, as everyone does, to point them in the right direction. But really, it's like get out of their way and let them do their thing. Create an environment where they feel comfortable and safe enough to do their best work.
Right.
I'm not going to get it out of them by yelling at them, or
Some
even
people do.
I don't know that best work always qualifies in that, but I've been yelled at before. It doesn't make me amazing.
Right.
But you just try to create a space and a place where they can have fun, and then you can just capture the magic. And a lot of acting is just, it's magic that happens, it's elusive.
And this character, Leon, I mean, he's not your average teen.
No.
So if there was somebody like that, was there anybody at your high school like that? And if there was, would you have been friends with them?
Yes.
Okay.
I would have been, because they would have gotten me out of school a lot.
Okay.
I feel like a guy like that cuts class a lot, and if somebody's going to lead a charge for skipping school. No, I wish I had been more like him in high school, but I would like to think I would have been friends with a guy like that, yeah.
And he was passionate, and of course I know that you had mentioned that, you had a bit of a Trotsky interest as
I
well. But, was there anybody else that really moved you as a teen, like Leon?
Well, no, not like Leon.
Yeah.
That's taking it to a whole other level. But no, I mean, I became very inspired when I was 15, and I saw this Ken Loach movie called Land and Freedom. And that was my first attempt to write this, was to make a Ken Loach movie. I wanted to be Ken Loach. I did not think there was anything possibly better in the world than doing that. And I realized very quickly there's a reason that he does what he does. He's very good at it, and I am not. And so, that's when I kind of switched the movie over to another genre. But I certainly was trying to, imitation, sincerest form of flattery, be Ken Loach as a young person.
Excellent. Well, you did a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And good luck with everything
Thanks.
in the festival.